The Hoppe and SuperRICH Show. Hoppe and SuperRICH. Only on WNUR 89.3 FM.
What's up? This is the Hoppe and SuperRICH Show. I'm Ryan Hoppe.
And I guess that would make me Ryan StuffRich, wouldn't it?
Yes, because you're super rich. The play on words of your last name.
Ha ha ha.
Get what we did there? It was very funny. If you want to call the show, it's not too hard. It's 847-866-WNUR. It's 847-866-9687. Or if you want to tweet us and have us read it in real time, it's at Hoppe Radio 893. What's your Twitter?
At Ryan StuffRich.
STUPRICH. And
that
at
is correct.
Hoppe_SuperRICH is the show Twitter account. And now, Ryan, when I was coming up here, it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is St. Paddy's Day.
Yes.
When everyone gets drunk out of their mind.
Drinking green liquid out of cups.
And then throwing up green liquid the next morning.
Into the Green River.
I get what you did there. Well, one of the interesting parts about it is there's that whole thing where there's a lot of drunk people that then think they're cool to drive home drunk.
Drinking and driving, I've heard of it.
Yeah, I think you've heard of it. It's called a DUI, drinking or driving under the influence. Well, when I was coming up here, I had to sit in. It was like in Niles. I had to sit in on a DUI checkpoint. No, I wasn't drunk, and no, I didn't get searched. I just
like
had to
it was
wait
just sort of a requirement. It was just sort of a requirement how you had to go through that checkpoint.
Yeah, because then if you make a U-turn, oh yeah, they'll pull you over. I guess you're trying to hide something. No, I'm just trying to get somewhere, but I didn't make a U-turn. I waited for like 10 minutes. I was one of 7 cars, and then they just waved me to go. Like, are you kidding me? You're not going to even ask for my license?
Yeah, it's crazy.
If you had me in line that long, hey, cops, you might as well pull me over. Why not? What is the point of making me wait there and you don't even use your authority? Like, I'm not saying I want them to pull me over, but if you're going to make me wait 10 minutes and put my car in park, that's how long I wait if I screw this, you might as well pull me over then and arrest me for being sexy or whatever.
That's not why they're arresting you.
Because I'm a douche. And now, Ryan, so I pull into the parking lot, and Ryan gets here like 3 minutes later. I'm like, yes, we can prep for the show.
Not just
we
me,
can
though.
Relax.
My phone screener was there, too. That's Mark.
What's up, Mark?
Hello.
What's up?
Okay, so here's what happened when Ryan got in here.
Cares.
I was parked. And I'm like, yes, Ryan's here. We can do our prep. We can get the show going. And explain to the WNUR audience what happened.
Oh, well, so we pulled in, and my car, I put it in park, and my car, for some reason with the keys and everything, it just wouldn't stop. Like, my car stopped, but then it was in park, but I couldn't pull the key out of the ignition.
It was weird. It was like caught in there, like it was like cemented in.
It's kind of hard to explain, but I couldn't get the key out of the ignition.
The key was like caught in there. It would
right,
not move.
and so I guess there's a little hole on the side of the steering wheel, sort of on the bottom of the steering wheel, and if you stick just like a little something up there, like I just stuck my house key up there. If you stick it up there and rattle it around a little bit, the key came free.
So
but
here's what
it
happened.
didn't necessarily come free from that. All of a sudden, I just sort of pulled it a little bit,
the car
and
turned off.
then it just it just turned off. And then I was able to turn it off.
So you fingered your car and then it turned off.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting
You
it.
hit the G spot. And then it
I
turned
got
off.
these,
And here's the best part about it. So Ryan calls his dad, who has to get up at like 6 a.m. in the morning to go to like work, like actually do something with his life while we're doing a radio show. And it was so funny hearing him talk to his dad because I'm in the back seat like a little bitch complaining like, oh my God, Ryan, get off the phone with him. Like I'm not even having any courtesy that he's talking to his parent on the phone. I'm just being an utter douchebag. Come on, Ryan, I found a YouTube video. Come on. And Ryan goes, what did you say, Ryan? Dead air. Come on, man.
Oh, I said shut up.
You're like, shut up! And the second best part is we finally get it out, and then Ryan puts the key back in there. Like,
I put it back in there to see if it would still work.
Didn't get what you were doing there.
I stuck it back in to make sure that there wasn't an issue, and the next time I did it, there'd be a problem. So I didn't cross that bridge, and I went right up to what I thought would happen. I turned it on, and it worked. Took it out. It was fine. Now I know it's fine. Instead of having to wait now.
But what if it wasn't fine?
Then I would have been in the same situation.
We would have just.
And then I guess I would have to do that every time I drive my car.
What? Finger your car?
Yeah.
Hit the G
Not a bad
spot.
trade-off.
Of course not. And now, Ryan, the other part that I thought was very interesting was, what if we didn't have the internet? What if we didn't have YouTube? What if this was 1986 and WNUR?
And if there was no cell phone, I wouldn't be able to talk to anybody.
Yeah, we'd be panicking.
I'd have to.
I bet we would have just killed ourselves. We couldn't take. We're like, oh my
well,
God.
I would have drove home because I was still able to drive. So I would have drove home, and I guess the car would have died a couple days later in my garage. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. It wasn't like the key was in there, but it was off, and you can just kind of hope that no one takes the car.
Yeah.
And check every once in a while. No, the car was literally on.
The battery was still running. Yes.
Yeah, you would literally waste it by 6 a.m.
It wasn't all the way in its back position. It was one forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, Ryan.
Where you can still listen to the radio and everything.
So his key was caught in there. He fingered the car, and then look, it all worked. So, Ryan, what is your favorite time of the year when it comes to sports? Mine is the WNBA Finals. What's yours?
Well, mine is the Australian Open. No, mine's March Madness. This music gives me the chills. I love this.
I love when it's after a buzzer beater.
I know.
You hear it, it's like,
I think we were talking about this yesterday. Like every time they play this music, it's just like it just feels good.
Just listen to it for a quick second. I'm getting chills right now just listening.
Ooh.
Like it's like, ooh.
I can see that Duke. I can see that the Duke.
Upset of
Yeah,
Duke.
the Duke, and who did they play? That was in the 2010 finals, I think.
Oh, yeah, Butler.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Gordon
yeah. So
Hayward
it was
didn't
Duke
make
and
the
Butler when
shot.
Gordon Hayward shot. Off
I
by
was
like
so
a couple
mad.
inches.
I literally turned off the TV and went to bed. I was like, I was up for this.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to go in. My eyes were literally glued to the TV.
It was crazy because at first I didn't think the shot would have a chance, and then I'm looking at it, and they do the wide shot of it, and I'm looking at it, and it's moving closer and closer to the hoop, and I'm like, wow, this is actually gonna at least hit the hoop, and then it bounces off the top, or it bounced off the front of the rim, I think is what happened. Or maybe it was the back of the rim. It was either, it was one of those things.
You remember so much about it. I just wiped it from my mind.
I got a pretty good memory
despise
when it comes to
Duke.
sports stuff.
It was so traumatic for me to watch the Blue Demons win another ring that I just try to forget it from my mind. Kind of like when the Packers
I
won.
wish it was the Blue Demons. I really do. It's the Blue Devils.
It's just weird. I turn off the TV right when the game's over if it's a team I hate wins the championship. I'm not going to even watch the ceremony when it comes to Duke.
But anyway.
USC, Packers, or Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
Those
Nobody
teams,
wants those teams to win.
Even the Heat, I'll watch. I just want to watch LeBron's speech. But if it's like the Yankees or the Packers, get the hell out of here.
Right. It's just, it's crazy because I love March Madness so much. I really do.
And now, before we get to an article that's trying to say that people don't work as hard when March Madness is on, even though it's
probably
true.
It's probably true.
Because you're watching the game and not
I'm not going to be doing anything.
Yeah.
I don't care if I
We
class.
don't do anything.
I'm watching the tournament games on the computer.
I think everyone is in the world. Mark. It is Mark, the phone screener. So if you want to call him and talk to him, it's 847-866-WNUR. That's 847-866-9687. Now, Mark, do you ever watch March Madness or sports in general?
I watch sports, but I'm more of a pro guy. But, I'll watch March Madness.
Do you ever do any of those brackets?
Mine never turn out well.
Me neither. I'm not smart at all. Ask Ryan.
Oh, dude,
I know
pretty
diddly squat about sports. Now,
yeah, it's kind of true.
I had this facts from 2011. Like, I remember so much up to 2011, but then come last.
Do you think
years,
Paul Pierce is still on the Celtics?
The Lakers just beat the Celtics in Game 7?
Yeah. You think Lou Piniella is the right answer?
Aaron Rodgers.
You think Ozzie Guillen should be fired?
Come on, I'm not that bad. It's more like, will Joe Johnson ever get it done for the Hawks?
You think Mike Martz is a good thing? You think they could beat the Packers and go to the Super Bowl and that NFC Championship?
Is Manning better than Peyton? Is Eli?
Do you really think Caleb Haney's good after making them come back a little bit? That's the best one.
That's how awful my sports are. Yeah. I'm not that bad.
No,
I just don't watch the games. I'm not going to be winning any sport arguments anytime soon.
Right.
Let's just say that. I watch sports, but I'm not like the guys that write down notes and pretend to be experts. I'm just a regular guy who watches sports.
Yeah, I mean, I watch most things except college football. For some reason, college football just turns me off. I don't like college football.
I don't think anybody does.
And
well, it's because of the whole BCS crap.
Yeah,
Big
I mean,
crap shooters.
I'll watch this.
Enough of you.
Like, I'll watch the Big Ten games if there's a big game on, just to sort of check the score. But I'm not going to stick around and watch it. I'd much rather watch anything.
I haven't watched it since Cam Newton. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, and then I don't really like hockey. I follow the Blackhawks, but I don't really follow hockey.
Here's my thing with hockey, and then we'll get to the whole March Madness article. I hate all the bandwagoners that claim that they've been watching it since day one.
Yeah,
when
I don't
they're
like
the
people
same
like that
imbeciles who thought that the Wolves were the professional team like me. No one knew who the Blackhawks were in part two. And part two, I actually watched
You know what? I think when I was younger too, I thought that the Wolves were the professional team.
I think
everyone does.
I think
they actually won things, and then the Blackhawks came and took away the Wolves. Like,
well, and the Blackhawks couldn't be on TV thanks to that one idiot, Rocky Wirtz's dad.
The thing about
William Wirtz.
The thing about the Blackhawks is, like, I feel like most Blackhawk fans can't even tell you every team in the NHL.
They can't even tell you, too. They're like, the Red Wings, the Penguins.
Well, there's the Red Wings, and that's a rival, and the Vancouver Canucks, but I bet you San Jose Sharks. No clue who it is. I bet you they don't know there's 2 hockey teams in Florida.
All the Canada ones, they don't.
Yeah, all the Canadian ones.
People in Florida don't even know that damn Panthers exist.
How is there 2 hockey teams in Florida? That's what I want to know. And why did the Minnesota North Stars move from Minnesota to Texas? Nobody in Texas cares about
hockey.
You
lost me there. I've never heard
Gotta
of that.
be kidding. Well, the Minnesota North Stars are now the Dallas Stars, and Minnesota then got a new team, the Minnesota Wild.
Who lost the heartbreaker last night. Nobody else watches hockey.
I had no idea.
They really did. They lost in a shootout.
Okay, yeah.
Riveting.
I didn't know. I was watching the Bulls game.
Here's my second point on hockey, and I want to get Mark's take on this. I respect the diehard Blackhawk fans that actually watched the team when no one cared. That I'm not going to even pretend to jump on a bandwagon because I want to let them have their thing. Because I hate all the bandwagoners. Yeah, it's a party. YOLO. Let's get drunk and go to the parade.
Minus the YOLO.
And then all the girls dress up like whores and they wear short shorts.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, my
that's
God.
True.
Kaner, will you bang me out? I love you. And he's like, man.
Do you follow Drunk Kane on Twitter? It's the funniest thing ever.
I don't get hockey jokes. So I've read it. I'm like,
no, it's not hockey. It's just like,
It's like you get
it's kind of
Manziel.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. I like it.
Yeah, I love the one cocky Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
But anyway, this show right now has been like a good episode of Seinfeld. It's all over the place. So Ryan.
No plot.
Nothing.
But it's still funny.
Here's the one thing that we're missing if this were to be like Seinfeld. Hey, Jerry. Guess what? What, Jerry? I don't know. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm tired.
Or the guy who always makes dramatic entrances when he opens
Kramer.
the door. Yeah, Kramer.
Oh, guess what?
That's
drunk.
actually kind of funny when he does the
Kramer,
opening things.
Have either of you seen the Kramer driver's ed thing?
No, I don't.
No, I don't
know.
think so.
Insurance video. It's before he made it big. He was doing it was the actor, and he did a driving, what it means to be a good driver video.
Never.
Yeah.
I saw the video when.
Did you watch that in Driver's Ed or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That'd be so weird.
He's it's just Kramer. He is such a bad actor. He just does the
He
same
probably
thing.
needed that money because no one wanted to hire him after he went off on black people at a comedy club. What the hell are you doing, Michael Richards? You idiot!
The thing
That's
about
his
Kramer is you can't tell if he's on cocaine, mentally challenged.
There's something wrong with him.
I don't know.
Why did he get so mad at those black people who are heckling him? You're worth more money than them. Ignore him. And number 2, we live in such a politically correct society that we're never going to forgive you for saying the N-word to those black people.
Well,
and he got so good, or not good, he got so angry at them. He's like, and I want you to get hung. And it's like, Jesus.
You can't
there was some inner racism in that. It was scary when he got mad. Remember that?
I remember the story, yeah.
You can't go at black people in our society. You got to go for the Mexicans. They're the ones you can get at.
Mark said that. Mark the phone screener said that. Not us. Oh, man, I can't believe you just said that. Shock jock over
Ocho,
here.
cuatro, siete, ocho, seis, nueve, seis, ocho,
Call the
siete,
show
if you want to call the show and you're a Spanish listener.
And you're offended
Or
by
if you
our
just
phone
know
screen.
Spanish like me. I'm not Spanish, but
All
I
right.
know some Spanish.
So what does the article say?
March Madness, or Marzo Madness.
Oh, jeez.
Ready to distract workers nationwide.
Yeah, this is the time of the year when everyone has two windows open. One is like their Word document, and then every time your boss or your teacher or your girlfriend goes away, you're watching the game, and you're
Definitely.
like, could Doug McDermott get it done? No, they get upset in the Sweet 16. You're not really doing
Doug
any work.
McDermott was shooting way too many threes earlier.
He's Jimmer
yesterday.
for that 2.0.
Oh, my God.
So what else does the article say?
As a rough winter of snow and frigid temperatures winds down, employees all across America are bracing for their next big challenge, March Madness. The NCAA men's basketball tournament is known for grabbing the attention of workers each year, causing the inevitable dip in productivity. An average of 10.7 million people watched March Madness games in 2013, the most since 1994, which was my birth year.
Sports in general, because of like social media, it's getting insane. Like, if you're a sports league and you don't get record-breaking numbers for your championship game, you're doing something wrong. Because hockey's getting record numbers, NBA is. Super Bowl every year is the most watched program ever. March Madness is getting up there. Like, that's why it's so embarrassing whenever baseball doesn't do good. Like, whenever the Giants are in the World Series, no one watches but me. Like,
I watched the World Series. It was a very exciting World Series this past October.
I didn't watch a second of it. I hated both teams.
Well, that's the
It
thing.
was literally the two teams I hated, the Red Sox and the Cardinals.
Oh, I
of course was rooting for the Red Sox just because of the Boston Marathon. But
I don't hate
you, St. Louis.
Well, I mean, I don't hate the Red Sox, but I do hate the Cardinals extremely.
I just hate their fans. It's just like
their fans are so
team.
annoying. Well, because the thing about Cardinal fans is they think their team can win every single year. You have to be realistic, and you have to know that your team's not going to win every year. You're going to have bad teams. They're always just like, yeah, we're the Cardinals. We're America's baseball team.
Well,
they really are in a way.
The thing about Boston is, they seem to not be able to remember that David Ortiz is a steroid user.
That's true.
Thank you.
That's a good
Everyone
point.
seems to overlook that.
Everyone's like, David Ortiz, he's just a teddy bear. He's not a steroid user.
He's just a fat slob, even though he's jacked.
Even though he's good.
He's a more lovable Manny Ramirez.
Yeah.
That's why Manny couldn't do it.
Right. That's a good point, yeah.
So what else does the article say?
An estimated 50 million Americans participate in March Madness office pools, and companies stand to lose $1.2 billion for every unproductive work hour during the tournament's first week.
How do you put that in
How do you
there?
estimate something like that?
I mean, how do you even, put in the numbers for that? Like, what goes into that where you're like, yeah, they're going to lose $4 billion?
Oh, well, boo-hoo, big CEO
maybe they
company.
just took every company ever, if it's you work at Mickey D's and you flip burgers, or that, they just kind of said, altogether it's $4 billion.
If some guy had to wait an extra, 2 minutes for his cheeseburger at
That's
McDonald's,
$2.
They're counting that.
How
They're counting that money.
estimate that? That's what I'm... That's just a random factoid they're trying to force down our throats.
I don't know. Well, most people, on lunch, will go somewhere to, the bar, to take, a little longer lunch and watch some of the games. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hooters or what's that other Irish place?
Tilted Kilt.
Yes, Tilted Kilt. Everyone goes there.
Kilt.
I love when our teachers go there for break after school. It's funny, and they come back, and they have their Tilted Kilt drinks. You're like, oh, I know what you're doing before.
I just got tilted.
Mm-hmm.
An MSN poll in 2012 found that 60% of respondents, equivalent to 77.1 million employees, plan to devote at least 1 hour to March Madness. Using those figures, the damages rise to $1.9 billion for every unproductive hour.
I just love how there's something going on at 11 in the morning or
that's
at
pretty
1 in
much
the
it.
afternoon. Because there's never anything on TV. So for
Right.
3 weeks, you have something to do or a reason to get up at 2 in the afternoon. Wow, did that sound like I'm a slacker? It's because I have an overnight schedule, I swear. But for once, there's something
You should
on
be
in-
up at 7 a.m. for breakfast.
Make
Early
some
to bed,
toast.
early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Oh my god. Oh my.
That's a saying. It's an actual saying. I didn't just make that up off the top of my head. No, it's an actual saying. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. It's an actual saying. I don't think
God.
it's true, but
You're
it's
right, hero.
it's an actual
Well,
saying.
your grandpa did that.
So,
Yeah, it's true.
real quick, back to my point. There's something on at 2 in the afternoon for once. It's not awful TMZ or Judge Judy or Ellen DeGeneres. It's actually something entertaining. And once April 5th comes and the championship game is over with, you're like, man.
Yeah.
What is
I
there
mean,
to
it's
watch
just
now?
this is awesome. And all the upsets. I love the upsets. I can't get enough upsets.
Shut up!
Upsets. Yeah, they're awesome. Just the whole tournament. I love when that 14th seed that school that's pretty much a Division II school, waltzes in and beats a pretty decent team. Not a
Or like when Duke loses to Lehigh. Something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. When Duke lost to Lehigh last year.
Funny.
When
2 years
Kentucky
ago.
lost in the opening round of the NIT to Robert Morris University.
That was hilarious.
That's the best.
You're so in love with this. It's like you could write
You're like
erotic
ejaculating
novels
to
about it. Yeah.
You're like
I love
ejaculating to
March
it.
Madness is my favorite
March
postseason
Madness.
tournament.
This
It's
is
my
like what
favorite
helps-
postseason tournament.
You should combine like sports journalism with
And
erotic
porn.
writing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Erotic writing.
Dude, Ryan
Gordon
would climax.
Hayward takes the ball down half court. There's only 2 seconds
You're
left. He
getting so
puts
good.
it up. Oh, it's off the rim.
Dude, Ryan would be the guy who would like climax after like the buzzer beater. Oh my
totally.
God! Speaking of that, remember in class when who was that game?
That was
had the buzzer
the
beater?
St. Bonaventure and St. Louis game. Yeah.
And I like announced after the buzzer beater, and the whole class that hates me did not like that noise. That's the same noise I make after there's a murder in Sons of Anarchy that's surprising, or it's a buzzer beater or a huge play in a football game. I'm the guy that makes the noise. Ah! Yeah, my class hates
It kind of
me.
scared me too. I was sitting right next to him. All of a sudden I hear, bah! I'm like, I know the shot went in, but geez,
All
we're
right,
in
you wanna-
public.
Yeah. If you want to call the show, it's not too hard. 847-866-WNUR. It's 847-866-9687. And Ryan, portions of W. Oh yeah, that's right. Our show wasn't, or our segment wasn't offensive, so we have nothing to hide. So,
Maybe it was. I don't know.
it wasn't really. Okay, we're gonna play a song from 2003. It was the top song of that year.
2003.
50 Cent.
I
in
love
the
third
club.
grade.
50.
We will be right back after this. And if you want to tweet at us, at Hoppe Radio 893, tweet at Ryan, at Ryan, STUPRICH.
Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a fuck 'cause that's your birthday.
The Hoppe and Super Rich Show. Hoppe and Super Rich. Only on WNUR 89.3 FM.